Hello, everyone. Coming up here right now is the Pro Wrestling Show presents Predict the Outcome for WrestleMania Saturday. As you see all these cards, the two men that's going to start off WrestleMania, John Cena and Austin Theory for the United States Championship. We'll get to that coming up, as well as a lot going on, including the WWE Hall of Fame. As you see, the Great Muta, the newly inducted Hall of Famer, being inducted, taking a picture with Chairman Mr. McMahon with his new mustache and Triple H, the head of creative. We'll get to that all as we get to WrestleMania from right now for Predict the Outcome. Welcome again, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget in our additional channels as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. WrestleMania is here. And what event WrestleMania is here? The premier event of the year, WrestleMania 39 goes Hollywood. And what a Hollywood edition we do. But like I said, WrestleMania is all fanfare and fun. As you see right here, this is the revealing stage. They made WrestleMania look more like a movie theater promo. Could be the best WrestleMania stage I ever seen right now, compared to one in Orlando and one in New Orleans, and the one from I think last year. So hey, we'll get to that. Also to look for tomorrow WrestleMania Sunday. Predict the outcome. We get into who's gonna leave WrestleMania as the undisputed champion. We'll get to those stories and but we're gonna get to these matches right here. These key matches right here tells you everything you need to know about what's going to happen at WrestleMania. These 7 matches, 7 star-studded matches, a dream card. You can ask me, but like I said, WrestleMania is that. We're gonna start the pro wrestling show, like I said, with this sensational matchup: John Cena versus Theory. These two men have been kind of been compared similar to each other. John Cena, established star, now in Hollywood. Theory, kind of trying to go to the Cena route, trying to build himself and be established. Theory has one thing: the United States Championship. That's on the line. John Cena, is he going to be a fighting champion? Only time will tell. But this had started earlier this month. And I mean earlier this month when John Cena returned to Raw to come to Raw, and Theory was waiting for him his presence. These two men kind of similar in build, similar in stature and stuff. Theory more younger. Theory looked at John Cena as a role model, but Theory doesn't see John Cena a role model. No. As you see right here, this infamous promo, John Cena had eviscerated Theory, belittled him, saying that Theory that does not need this match more. If he loses, he'll lose everything. If he still win, he'll still lose everything. I think Cena didn't respect Theory at that time. I think Cena kind of didn't see Theory, and I think sometimes with that is people ought to recognize and know that you know there's going to be a time when somebody's going to be younger, stronger, and better, and perhaps better looking than you. Theory, I know his pedigree from heart. I've been following Theory for at least 5 to 6 years. Theory came from the independent scene. John Cena came from the farm system, OPW. So Theory has been a journeyman wrestler, and Theory would not. Theory just didn't say nothing, and which that could be said. Theory was kind of like, "You wait and see at WrestleMania what I'm going to do to you and prove to you that I'm not no flash in the pan." And I think Theory is playing to that key moment. I think John Cena also too. He's more busy dealing in Hollywood and stuff. He doesn't realize sometimes that you know, hey, you have to wait and see. But like I said, this match is going to go bell to bell. It's going to be some moments Cena might get the upper hand, but Theory is going to get the upper hand and defeat his idol John Cena and put John Cena in his place, John Cena will learn how to hustle, loyal, and to respect Theory. I feel like Theory is on a roll. Theory could one day become the WWE champion someday. I think Theory is on that trajectory of that. And Theory also made fun of Cena's ball spot, which Cena did not take too kind lightly of. But this match is just that. Look for Theory to get the win over John Cena, and Theory shutting up Cena once and for all, and cause Cena to go back to where he came from, back to Hollywood. And look for Theory to win that match over that. That's gonna be an important match for Theory. It's gonna be one of the best, one of the important matches of his career tonight. Speaking of that, we talking about important matches to careers. Seth freaking Rollins take on Logan Paul. Some believe that this is going to be the match of the night. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Both men are athletically talented, superiorly intellectual. Especially Seth Rollins. He's been on a crusade trying to get his hands on Logan Paul. Logan Paul cost him everything. Logan Paul cost him Logan Paul eliminated him at the Royal Rumble, cost him to get a title match. Logan Paul also cost him winning the U.S. title at the Elimination Chamber over Theory. So this is personal. This is deep rooted personal between these two men. And when I say it's personal, it's personal. A lot of vendettas and grudge matches going on, even to the fact that we're gonna see how all this is gonna play out down the road between the what's his name, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins even put the question to himself that if he can't beat Logan Paul tonight, then maybe he's the joke. And a lot of people are considering that. Even Jim Cornette and Brian Last say all that in too. But this is a match that you kind of look at and think to yourself like Cena Theory. It's kind of like they putting the future against the past and a lot of future matches and stuff. But I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, Seth Rollins needs this match more than what's his name. So it's real tough to say here in these streets. But like I said, Seth Rollins Seth Rollins is the visionary, the architect, the giant slayer, the beast slayer, whatever the hell you want to call him. But Seth Rollins needs this win more than ever. So I'm looking at Seth freaking Rollins winning the match for his team. And this was kicked it off right here. Now this ain't it. This ain't it. Ain't it. We're gonna show you what happened. Oh, this ain't it neither. Well, however it's gonna go. Look for Seth Rollins to get the win over Logan Paul. Logan Paul even putting fillers out there that um he's almost done with his WWE contract. I don't know whether that's true or not, but Logan Paul will lose to Seth freaking Rollins. I guarantee it tonight. Speaking of that, these two women have had a WrestleMania Classic almost 3 years ago to the date. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This match is all about respect and it's all about redemption for Rhea. Rhea wants the opportunity to get that revenge that she did at WrestleMania 36. WrestleMania 36, Rhea Ripley went against Charlotte, and Rhea at the time was the NXT Women's Champion. Charlotte was the Royal Rumble winner, and Rhea lost the championship, and she never got that monkey out her back. She never recovered from that. Rhea Ripley now this time looking for revenge and looking to take one thing that Charlotte Flair possesses and cherishes so dearly, the SmackDown Women's Championship that Charlotte Flair wants possess. Charlotte Flair has been a standard bearer ever since returning at the end of the year and then champion. So Rhea Ripley wants that championship some way, somehow. The only way she can get it is defeat Charlotte Flair to become the SmackDown Women's Champion. Well, like I said, Rhea Ripley could be on the road. We saw last week. It was a pull apart between these two women. These two women can't stand each other. They want to beat the daylight each other. And one way to beat the daylight of each other and then just, win, do what you got to do. But this match is right here going to, one of the women's championship matches that's going to be defended tonight. So we get to see that match as well. So it's kind of even things out a little bit for both nights and stuff. But which one is the most important? A lot of people are questioning, would this be the main event? A lot of people are saying that, but at the same time, um, this don't have a strong enough build like it did. It does, but it's kind of like lackluster. But I feel like it's going to be second to last in that main event. So I'm predicting, and I say this with great honor, that I'm predicting that Rhea Ripley will become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley will do so at the showcase events. Rhea Ripley will have her hand in token of victory and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Run the SmackDown division. I don't know what's going to happen next with the Judgment Day. Only time will tell. Rhea Ripley going to probably hit the Riptide, a finisher maneuver, a devastating maneuver on Charlotte to get the 1-2-3. So look for Rhea Ripley to emerge victorious against Charlotte Flair tonight. Well, we've got Dominic on here, and Dominic Mysterio. He holds no punches. Dominic, he has a grudge with his dad, Rey. Dominic Mysterio taking on his father, Rey, tonight. Rey Mysterio, living legend, and now a newly inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. Rey Mysterio now a WWE Hall of Famer. Congratulations to Rey. Like I said, Rey Mysterio done it. Rey Mysterio has done it all. He was he was in the Lucha Libre, and Rey kind of set the tone for Lucha Libre going into the Hall of Fame. Rey Mysterio now officially a WWE Hall of Famer. We can show pictures of Rey being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Would be greatly appreciated. Rey going into the Hall of Fame last night. You can see right here Rey looking at his son Dominic, his opponent. Rey wants to teach his son a lesson, and Rey has the opportunity tonight as a Hall of Famer to teach his son a lesson. You can see Rey had to be disappointed in his son Dominic, but Rey had to shake that off, shake it off. Dominic kind of being influenced by Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day to abandon his father. Hopefully that don't be the case tonight. Rey Mysterio now has that opportunity to win and defeat his son tonight. Rey Mysterio even showcasing his Hall of Fame, his everything about Rey. Conan showing a 14-year-old Rey Mysterio wrestling in a church and getting his license. Conan and Conan now, and it's Conan then. So Conan with that, Rey Mysterio being accepted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations once again to Rey Mysterio, a living legend. Even thanked his wife and his family. Real proud man Rey Mysterio is, and I tell you that right now about Rey Mysterio. I've been following Rey Mysterio ever since he was in WCW. I knew a little bit when he was in ECW, but I kind of remember Rey in his WCW days, and Rey Mysterio even paid tribute him with La Phantasma. Now, it's clear now. I mean, it gives him some identity now rather than some group name that he owns, the LWO. So call him the Latino World Order. It makes more sense. So Rey going in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Rey. Real proud of Rey. for that moment. Rey Mysterio doing his thing, and Rey doing it big. So congratulations to Rey. But everyone wants to know this, like, whose side is Rey's gonna be under tonight? Is Rey gonna beat his son? And I think this match has been downing for weeks, coming for weeks between these two men. You see Rey, his father. You tell Rey right there, his son threatening him and stuff. I think this match has been proven out convincing. And Dominic been a little disrespectful to his dad. And Dominic might get his comeuppance tonight, and we'll see. But you have to wonder what Rey Mysterio feeling as a father who's been broken by how his son has been trying to be under the tutelage of his mommy or whatever you want to call her. Rey Mysterio has that opportunity now to put Dominic in his place. And Dominic has been a little bit disrespectful as of late, but you got to wonder who's going to get the advantage. I want Rey to win, but Rey's going to have his he's going to be emotional. Rey ain't going to be able to think straight and stuff, and it's going to lead Rey to not concentrate. I just see that Rey's going to lose to Dominic. Dominic's going to get the win by rolling up his father. 1, 2, 3. Try to get that win, get that quick win, and leave off. I wish that Dominic, he's going to get what's coming to him some way down the road. That boy's going to get what's coming to him. That's what he did to his father, Rey. Being so disrespectful to Rey, Rey's legacy stuff. Never seen that in the Mysterio family. But we'll just have to wait and see. But look for Dominic to get the win over his father, Rey, tonight. Speaking of that, a 6-woman tag team match. Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, and Lita, the women's tag team champions, taking on Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai in a 6-woman tag team match, a huge 6-woman tag team match. And I tell you that right now. Trish Stratus and Lita are legends. The legends before there was a women's evolution. And Becky Lynch is the pillar of the women's evolution right now. Trish and Lita was pillars before the women's evolution. Before the women's evolution became reality somewhere down the road. Well, we tell you this right now. We know that Trish Stratus and Damage Control. Trish Stratus came back to help Lita and Becky Lynch win the tag team championship over Damage Control. And Damage Control have not been recovering from that. We know these women want their pride and stuff. They're prideful. But this dates back when Bayley returned at SummerSlam. And Becky Lynch was put on the injured reserve list. Now Becky Lynch is back on. And Becky Lynch and Bayley wants to feud. So well wait for them to feud. Let them feud and try to get that out of their systems. You have to wonder on that. But a lot of people saying that what might go down is Trish Stratus might turn on Bayley and Lita to help Damage Control win, and I hope that's not the case. But there could be a reality going forward with that. But only time will tell. Look for Trish Stratus to probably, like for a lot of folks saying, Trish Stratus won a one-on-one match against Becky Lynch, and she might get it. So look for Trish Stratus to turn heel and cost her teammates losing the 6-woman tag team match. Thus turn a feud between Trish and Becky Lynch down the road. So look for that as well. So we'll just have to wait and see and look for that coming up for SummerSlam. Speaking of that, what else happened? What else is going on? We want to make sure before we sign off. Okay. This is the match that everyone's been talking about right here. The Undisputed Tag Team Championship match, which I believe should close WrestleMania. If this happens, this will be the first tag team match in nearly almost 40 years for the close WrestleMania with a tag team championship match. The time that Mr. T, Hulk Hogan took on the team of Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful for just a tag team match, and then it wasn't the tag team titles, but this time, 40 years later, the tag team championships are on the line, and 40 years now, Jey Uso, who's been the MVP of this feud, as well as a lot of people believe Sami Zayn has been an MVP as well. This all started when Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline, which I kind of thought that was kind of odd that Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline, and he kind of, you can tell, he was trying to make peace with Roman, and I think Jay didn't see through that in the beginning, but things turned the quick eye at the Royal Rumble when Roman wanted Sammy to hit Kevin Owens to prove his loyalty. Well, Sammy thought about it, and Sammy hit the tribal chief, which turned to a few of them having a match at Elimination Chamber when Roman won the match for the championship in Elimination Chamber. Well, Sami Zayn was trying to recruit Jay to turn his back against the Bloodline, but Jay didn't want to do that, and even Paul Heyman tried to get involved as well. Sami Zayn calls himself the honorary Oos and stuff. Sami Zayn trying to rile up the crowd. Crowd already riled up, and you can tell there's tension between what Sammy had said. Sammy saying that Jay wanted to be the one to turn on Roman before he did. So it was just so much going on, and you can tell that dynamic and stuff, how that played out and stuff. So a lot going on with that. But you can tell even Jimmy Uso was got involved. Jimmy Uso didn't know what side to pick on. And we kind of knew then that Jay was going to side with his brother, Jimmy. It was just telling, come on now, blood is thicker than water. Come on. Sami Zayn should have known that, and saying that Jay should have made a choice on his own. Jay's close to his brother. No question about it. It's nothing wrong with that piece of pie, but Jay's close to his brother. Jay's going to be with his brother at all costs. Well, we get that Jay wanted a piece of Sammy, and Sammy didn't see it coming. Well, all we know now is it's a tag team championship showdown match, and it's personal. This has been WWE's well booked rivalry ever since nearly 20 years. You see right here, Jay turned his back on Sammy. We thought it was getting the embrace, but it just didn't happen. It was short lived. And now Sammy tried to recruit Kevin Owens with the bad things he did when Sammy was part of the Bloodline. And now Sami Zayn kind of Sami Zayn now kind of find his foot with Kevin Owens. They united and they want to take the tag team titles away from the Usos. The only way to do so is to take away and pry off them, because Usos been the longest reigning tag team champions. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens would think they would do it and end it. But it's come to predictions. Who between Sammy and Jay? I think Sammy will pin Jay to get the tag team championship. Sammy will finally get that win that he's been so richly deserved and stuff. To finally call it in is him calling himself a tag team champion and winning the tag team championships together. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens becoming tag team champions. That's been a goal of theirs ever since coming to WWE, and the goal could be fulfilled at Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium tonight. So I'm predicting, I hate saying it, that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will leave WrestleMania as the new undisputed tag team champions. And this bloodline dissension will continue, and you can tell it's gonna go from there. So hey, however that's gonna play out and stuff. All right, that's WrestleMania Night One, WrestleMania Saturday predictions. So hey, we'll be watching to see how this all gonna turn out and stuff for WrestleMania Saturday. We went down. Let's go down again. We told you, and we forgot to mention the WrestleMania showcase men's tag team. I mean, if I had to pick an honorary mention, I would say Ricochet and Braun Strowman. So Ricochet and Braun Strowman has been impressive to me. So I look forward to seeing that, and we'll see how that's gonna pan out going forward. So Ricochet and Braun Strowman will win that match as well. Look for that. We told you SmackDown was a night as well as two for the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. I said that hey, it's gonna go down to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley won the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. You see the trophy right here, the Andre Trophy. Bobby Lashley gets the win. What a win for Lashley, winning the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, and then it was that. What a Battle Royal it was. It was stacked with superstars left and right. Uh, Elias, Angel, LA Knight, Ali, just a list of people that was in the Battle Royal. And I was thinking it was gonna be LA Knight since LA Knight was in the Battle Royal. LA Knight didn't win. Bobby Lashley won. Um, he deserved it. I mean, Bobby Lashley truly deserved it. Bobby Lashley, a freak of nature. Bobby Lashley went out there and dominated and won that damn battle royal and won the trophy to come the Andre winner. So congratulations to Lashley as an honorable mention. I told you the WrestleMania showcase match. Look for Ricochet and Braun Strowman to win and earn themselves a future tag team championship match against either the Usos or Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens. Says Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is going to leave WrestleMania as tag team champions. So we'll get to see that as well. But two was the Hall of Fame addiction. After SmackDown, and you see Rey Mysterio. We talked about his Hall of Fame edition, as well as the legendary Great Muta, Andy Kaufman, Stacy Keibler, and Tim White. All of them had their contributions to wrestling, and how the Hall of Fame was that. I watched the Hall of Fame. It was so magical. I mean, you were so in the zone and for the Hall of Fame. Many people don't realize these wrestlers put their blood, sweat, and tears to stuff like that, and they don't be appreciated enough. You saw that Corey Graves was hosting with his wife Carmella at tow. Byron Saxton and Maria Menounos was there, as well as Kurt Angle. He was there. I'd probably like to hear what he had to say about his experience at the Hall of Fame. He'll have something to talk about on his podcast. So Kurt Angle doing that. Even Charlotte Flair was intended for the Hall of Fame. Sami Zayn and his lovely wife was intended as well. The Street Profits was there. Street Profits, I think Montez Ford and Byron Saxton shared the same blazer, which that's weird, but I don't know how they go. Well, the shock of the night was this. Stacy Keibler being inducted into the Hall of Fame by Mick Foley and Tori Wilson, which I kind of felt like that was a shocker. I didn't know Stacy Keibler had something in common with Mick Foley, which she did. And Mick Foley kind of elaborated a little bit on their time together. I didn't know Stacy Keibler and Mick Foley had shit. The only time I remember was at Invasion when Mick Foley was a special guest referee. When Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson represented WCW, and Trish Stratus and Lita and Braun Penman, Mick Foley was just having dance to be the special guest referee. So I'm thinking like, okay, in that terms, that's kind of like history, but Stacy Keibler and Mick Foley, that was kind of, hey, historic making. Even Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler, they had a lot of rivalries during that time in WWE, which I remember, Braun Pandas matches and things of that. But Stacy Keibler came out there now, a mom of three. She's happy, she's elated, she's getting the limelight back into her presence. Stacy Keibler, the one thing they used to say about her, she got legs and she knows how to use them. She was a great manager during the time. She thanked everybody, including the women's division of her era. Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, Victoria, Jazz, you name it. So Stacy Keibler blazed the trail, if you can say, into what women's wrestling for being a manager could be. So congratulations to Stacy. Other than that, the Nature Boy Ric Flair came out there. Nature Boy Ric Flair, two-time Hall of Famer. Ric Flair inducted the Great Muta. The Great Muta and Ric Flair had matches normally back in 1989. Ric Flair and Muta set the tone. Muta even sprayed his legendary green mist. Muta remember for the green mist. Even Oscar was minds. I think Oscar gets some of her wrestling tactics from the Great Muta. The Great Muta was that he was the one that innovated all these moves, including the moonsault, including the Shining Wizard. Everything you can think of, the Great Muta was ahead of his time way back in 1989 when Muta wrestled. So congratulations to the Great Muta. He's one of my. I like watching the Great Muta and watch some of his matches as well. We'll go back and watch another match of Muta. I remember one time Muta was in a tag team match with Terry Funk against Ric Flair and Sting, and Muta had a lot of run throughs with Sting as well. But I can remember Muta tried to go up top and do the splash. I think it was Sting. Sting did the splash on Muta, and Muta didn't give up. And then Gary Hart, he was Terry Funk or something, but it was so funny in that cage. Muta paid the way in a way. So the Great Muta now a member of the WWE Hall of Fame, but who can remember those bouts? Him and Sting and Ric Flair. So congratulations to the legendary Great Muta, now WWE Hall of Famer. Speaking of that, the APA came out there. The APA came out there to induct Tim White. Tim White, a legendary referee. Tim White sadly passed away last year. Tim White family came out there to accept on his honor, and Tim White was known for the friendly tap. A lot of WWE moments happened in the friendly tap, if you can remember, excluding the APA. They used to do some brawls in the friendly tap, and WWE had to reimburse Tim White back his money. So there's a lot going on with that. So Tim White goes into the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Tim White. As we told you, Oscar with Muta. They show the picture of Oscar. You can tell Oscar got similar traits to Muta right now with the mist and stuff. So hey, congratulations to that. Also, too, if we could show this, well, we show Muta and stuff right here with his dressing room. Even the person that did that got spray misted and stuff. Let's see. Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman's family came out there to induct Andy Kaufman, who kind of paid tribute in a way to wrestling for Hollywood to go to wrestlers, go to Hollywood, or Hollywood go to wrestling in a way. Andy Kaufman paid the tribute in a way that none of us wouldn't repay him and imagine. He was the one that started the tradition and stuff. You see Hollywood actors and everyone else go. So congratulations to Andy Kaufman. Well deserved. I know he's in a better place now. It's been almost 40 years since Andy Kaufman been dead. So Andy Kaufman lives on through the WWE Hall of Fame, and his contributions to wrestling have been so contributing. Speaking of that, we told you that Conan inducted Rey Mysterio into the Hall of Fame. K-Dog Conan done that, and you can tell right here, Ray, being getting his flowers while he's still active in the ring. We told you Ray will be meeting his son Dominic. Conan told the story of how he lied to get Ray into wrestling. Ray was so eager to get into wrestling at a young age. Ray was so determined. Rey Mysterio stuck to his dream and his vision to make it to wrestling. And he did it, and he did it well. One thing about Rey Mysterio I admire is Rey Mysterio's tenacity. Rey Mysterio has that tenacity to never give up. When people say about Rey Mysterio, he's little, he doesn't mean nothing, he doesn't amount to nothing. Rey Mysterio proves them wrong, and that's the one thing I admire about Rey Mysterio. He proves them wrong. Many people never had imagined, never thought that Rey Mysterio would have been world heavyweight champion. Rey Mysterio had someone in his corner that believed in him. Conan believed in him. Everybody believed in him. And Rey Mysterio, only thing Rey Mysterio believed in was himself. And he got it done. And I can admire that from Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, um, beloved, and he will continue to go down as one of the greatest luchadors to me in wrestling history. So I look forward to seeing that. All right. We got more hot topics before we go. But we may stay a little longer for a little bit before the WrestleMania show and stuff before WrestleMania come on. We want to say this that Impact star Giselle Shaw. Giselle Shaw said that on her Twitter that she was labeled, someone said homophobic slurs to her, and she didn't take too kindly of it. And I was kind of shocked who said all this stuff. It was none other than Scott Steiner. So I mean, not Scott, but Rick Steiner. And she said Rick Steiner called her out, and then the legends over there didn't really do nothing to come to her aid. And I'm like, okay, understand that, but Impact said they stand with Giselle Shaw. The Impact Wrestling roster stands with her. But Rick Steiner said some to which Giselle had pointed out some just derogatory remarks about her, and like I said, nowadays we live in a world, you still got people that's out there that don't give people respect and their validation. So look at this, Rick Steiner, he's a legend as well. He's a WWE Hall of Fame. He got his ring. His son just lost the NXT title a couple of hours ago, and I like the Steiner brothers, but Rick Steiner, if that's in his heart, he needs to apologize and try to move forward and try to put this to rest, because you don't want to seem like you're homophobic. Now these days, people are being called out for everything: homophobic, racist, any sky in the book and stuff like that. Many people, you just don't say that. If like my mom used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say about nobody, don't say it at all. Leave it alone and move on, move forward. I think that's what he he needs to do. Move forward, and if you see it, you try to address it, leave it alone. So it doesn't offend you and it doesn't offend them. And so you move forward, and everybody come in a minimum place and stuff. So hey, we'll see that. But we'll talk about a little bit that more tomorrow on WrestleMania Sunday predicted outcome if we can. Also, too, failed to mention that Jerry the King Lawler also did a video. He was unable to come, but he had a stroke. The King was in prison to induct Hall of Famer Andy Kaufman with Jimmy Hart. So hey, we want to wish the King speedy recovery. I meant to say, as well as CM Punk was there. CM Punk was there. FTR, they're doing something, whatever CM Punk's doing. The CM Punk and FTR workout buddies. Look like I listened to Dax podcast, he's more insightful and he's more like, hey, let's all get along, let's make money together and be done with it. I say this the perfect scenario for CM Punk to come back is to screw Ken Omega and the Young Bucks and be the one that caused chaos for them to come for him to come back and saying what you did, the scrum and stuff like that. Play that rather than ignoring it. You know, that's money right there. And if I was a promoter or owner, if I was Tony Khan, I'd be just trying to book that. Like, okay, that makes more sense to me. Let them feud. Let's use what we got right here and let's take it and make it advantage of something and put it onto a store. That's what they should do. But like, we'll see. CM Punk. Um, we'll get you there a little bit tomorrow as well. So there's a lot going on here as well. Um, also too, Dante Martin. He got injured in that match. It was nasty. His leg. Hopefully, he's okay. I mean, I saw and I was like, we're not showing that. He took a nasty spot. There was a lot going on with that. Even to the point what happened. They had that ring honor event, Supercar honor. Also, too, Malachi Black of Andrade Demon Malenko was the talent among saying the Hall of Fame stage. Is these men trying to creep their way back in WWE? We told you they was trying to creep their way back, but things didn't prevent itself, and so it's a lot going on. So hopefully they come back and we show you pictures right here. Malachi Black attending the Hall of Fame with his wife Selena. Didn't know she was doing that, but hey, it is what it is. He looked like he wants to come back, but hey, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Even this Triple H, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, my husband Martez Ford, along with Cody and his wife Brandy. Is Brandy trying to ease herself back in WWE as well? Even they showed a picture too of this. Naomi and Jade Cargill, the TBS champion. I would love to see a match between these two beauties. Let them beat the hell out of each other. Naomi might have that buzz to come back, but we have to wait and see if she wants to come back and make ease. So we had to wait. Also, too, Vince McMahon showed his rare appearance, the chairman of WWE, coming back from leaving from a sexual investigation. Now returned back earlier this year in January. Vince McMahon back in the WWE. Everybody's taking a picture with Triple H and the newly Hall of Famer Great Muta. So there's a lot going on. Even Triple H in the festive move to sit down with Cody, his wife, and Bianca Belair. So it was a lot. So oh yeah, and we told you about CM Punk and Dax with the I miss it. I can tell CM Punk miss it. It's just I don't know what's going on. Hopefully cooler heads prevail because you can tell right here he's happy with them. They're happy with CM Punk. So I don't know what's going on. So we have to wait and see on that one. We told you too, Gangrel's in Los Angeles. What's that mean? A lot of reports that Gangrel could be in that Hell in a Cell match coming forward. So we had to wait and see. All right. We ain't gonna sit your time right now. We know you want to watch WrestleMania like I do, and we'll tell you a little bit more. Hopefully, I may do a review of WrestleMania coming up for WrestleMania Saturday. What went down and how it went down with Cena Theory becoming the opening match of the night, as well as Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, the Usos, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the tag team match. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Ray and Dominic, Becky Lynch, and that Trish and Lita and Damn Show, the 6-woman tag match. So we're gonna see you at WrestleMania. We'll see you tomorrow for the Pro Wrestling Show predicted outcome for WrestleMania Sunday, and perhaps we may do a review of WrestleMania overall. Thanks for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show, the extended coverage. We hope to see you tomorrow. See you then.